Hello people of the internet. Well, look, I have lots of puzzle boards. Recently it was just Prime Day and I was on the lookout for a smaller puzzle board, and I ended up ordering two. And so when they come, I realised I now had 4 or 5 or 6 puzzle boards, and I thought, as I've got so many, it might be a good idea to do a quick video and share the ones I've got and share the ones that I like, and so other people who may be interested in buying a puzzle board can see the options that are out there. So what I'm going to do is, there are basically 2 different types here, and they are the sort of carry case ones. I've got 2 under here, and then they're the just straight board ones. So let's have a look at both. So let me move all this out of the way. Okay, so we're going to start with this one, and this one is the Jumbo Puzzle Mates Porter Puzzle, and this was the first one that I got, and this is one of the ones that have got the really tough Velcro at the top and the bottom that holds it all together. And you don't just get the puzzle board, because if you get it open, let's just make the noise. You can see I've had mine a long time, because you can see that it's actually tearing there. You also get inside of it, so obviously the flaps come all the way out. I'll overlay a picture so you can see how big it is. You also get 2 of these puzzle boards, this size puzzle board here. Now in this one you can see I have got a very long Creation of Adam picture being stored. So the puzzle area, without taking into account the flaps, measures 90 on the long side by 60 centimetres, which is about 35.8, nearly 36 inches by 25.5 inches. And that allows you to do about a 1500 piece jigsaw in there. This on top here is the same measurements as a 1000 piece jigsaw. So you can see roughly how much space you've got underneath the flaps. I have done a 1500 piece jigsaw on this. It was a little bit tight, it went right up to the edge. Now one of the things that I didn't like about this was, number one, when you're using it, it takes a lot of space. Because of the flaps, it takes up an entire dining room. I used to have it in our lounge room with the coffee table underneath it, and I'd need 2 side tables propping up the flaps. These flaps at the side here, I'd have them propped up so I could get the whole thing open. Whereas these flaps are useful for spreading out your pieces, I found that if you did use them to spread out your pieces, you'd have to leave the puzzle out, in a 4-foot space kind of thing, because you couldn't then fold it up if the pieces were, if you were using these areas as puzzle sorting areas. These separate wings, as it were suitable for puzzle sorting, but not this so much. I also found, to my dismay one day, is that I remember on the original description it called it a carry case, and my husband thought that meant if you sealed it up nice and tight that you could store it on its side like this, which you absolutely cannot. If you've got a jigsaw puzzle in there and you try to store it on its side, the jigsaw puzzle will just fall down, and that will be the end of all your sorting and all your work. So I don't really use this anymore. Literally, it's been under my sofa in the lounge since the pandemic, when I completed that jigsaw in there. Now, I wanted to frame that jigsaw, but it's too big really to find a frame for. And so it just really is now just storage for that puzzle. I don't know why back then that I wanted to turn the jigsaw holder on its side, but I did. So after this one, I got this one. Now this is also by Jumbo. It's also called the Puzzle Mates Porter Puzzle, but this is the Puzzle Mates Porter Puzzle Deluxe. This is a little bit smaller. This measures 73 in theory. So it says it actually, the outside of it measures 82. Actually online it says that it measures 73 by 56 on that way, and it says 51. But let's have a look at the area inside. Now, just like the other one, this one comes with 2 extra sorting boards, which are very handy. You can fit a 500-piece jigsaw on one of these, which I do really often. As you can see, a 1,000-piece jigsaw fits in here really nice. This is Cloudberry's Curiosities in here. Now, the good thing about this portable puzzle board is it doesn't have the wings. And because you lose the wings, it means you don't have to have as much space that way as you did with the other one. You still have to have the space going that way, you know, because there's a flap here, but you can tuck that under. So you can tuck that underneath and then just to use the board on its own and use the 2 wings separately. The other good thing about this is this one, if I put it all back together, and let's actually prove it. Let's take a bit of jigsaw apart here. Take this. Come on, you can come apart, jigsaw. And let's put a couple of pieces like this here. Okay. If you seal this one up, zip it up nice and tight, it's really thick here. It's really well padded. This is about almost an inch thick between there and there. You can zip this up nice and tight. You can pick this one up. Didn't hear any falling, did you? Can pick this one up and you can carry it around. Okay, so pretend I'm walking and then we put it back down again. So this one can be stored upright, you know, next to your desk, which is once you've put your jigsaw puzzle, once you've finished your puzzle for the day, if it's the case. So that has moved a little bit, that bit, but generally, no, this hasn't moved. That has not moved. Sometimes if there's a little loose bits, they'll move like that one did, but not often. I have stored it on its side. I have actually taken this on holiday with a jigsaw puzzle being done in it. I would not trust the other portable puzzle board to do that. Well, we did try it once. My husband picked it up and it was a 1,000-piece jigsaw pickup puzzle that we then had. So I used this for a really long time. The problem was I then started doing more jigsaws than I had. Like, I'd have a jigsaw on the go on this and I'd start another one. There was one point when I had a 500-piece jigsaw on this and a 500-piece jigsaw on this, and I was doing a 1,000-piece jigsaw on this. So I decided that I needed some more boards, or another board. Plus the other thing that happened was I damaged my back. And if you're a jigsaw puzzler, you will know that hunching over tables doing jigsaws, whether they're, you know, you're sitting on the sofa hunching over the coffee table or sitting at a dining table and hunching over the dining table, hunching over tables is a peril of the hobby. And I basically hurt my back and couldn't hunch over anymore. And so I was looking for a solution, an upright solution. And so this is what I went with next. I bought, yes, the good old foam board. In the UK, I get these from Hobbycraft. When I bought them, you could get 4 for £10. Now I think they are 4 for £12. And I bought these, and I used to use them with one of these. And this is just an art easel. This is an A3 art easel. And I actually use this for, I do adult colouring, so I do colouring on this. You can do diamond painting on it. But the thing that I started doing on it was putting the board on there like that. So I had a really cheap and easy slope for doing jigsaws on it. The only problem was this is a very slick surface. So that was the only downfall. I found that you could have it on the lowest setting and it wouldn't be too bad. So, you know, the smallest angle and it wouldn't be too bad. But anything other than that and your puzzle pieces would be on the floor. So what I started using these for was I would do a puzzle and then use these as temporary storage. So I could have 4 of these, all with 1 or 2 puzzles on them stacked up under my sofa. So just so you know, if you're interested in the measurements of these are the A1 foam boards. They measure 84, which is 33 inches by 59 centimetres, which is 23 1/4 inches. So they're perfect for 1,000-piece jigsaws. So next, after the slipping and the sliding of these, I moved on to this. Now this is a Becko board. This is the big one. This one is the 1,500-piece one. It measures, this one measures 91 by 66, which is 26 inches by 36 inches. And I got this for my birthday. If I turn it over, it comes in 2 colours. It comes in this blue and red colour. This is the back. And on the front it's khaki. And this has a cover on it. So it has little hooks on the corners that go over the corners, and it is flocked. You can tell I've done a Ravensburg puzzle on it because it's just got all blue puzzle dust all over it. Now I started using this, flatten this back and bring up my slope again in the background. I started using this just like that. Very well sloped. Now that is a very sheer angle, probably a little bit more of an angle than I would normally do it actually. Let's take it down one. Yeah, that's more of the angle that I would do. And this, it's like, almost like fuzzy felt. When you stick the puzzle pieces on it, you can see that they don't slip. If they go the shiny side down, they will slip because obviously they're slick on that side. But the sort of the back side of them, they do stick, so you can quite happily do your puzzle with... I'm standing up at the moment while I'm doing this, so you can quite happily do that. And no problem at all. I like the cover side of things because I throw the cover on it. I do a lot of jigsaws in my conservatory. We're in my conservatory now, which is why it sounds so echoey. My puzzle room, as I call it. And I'm able to flap that cover on it, and there's just that little protection from the dust and the sun. And if you've got cats that like to walk over your puzzle, that's quite nice. So what I do when I'm finished at the end of the day, pull my cover on like that, tuck the little corners in, and I either leave it standing up or take it back down like that. Now I really liked this, so much so I carry it through to the lounge and use it on my lap. I put it on a I've got like a TV dinner table that I put it on. I even rest the slope on the TV dinner, but it is just that little bit big because it's for 1,500-piece jigsaws. Great if you're doing 1,500-piece jigsaws, but I mostly do 1,000-piece, 500 to 1,000. They're the two that I sort of settle between. So it's a little bit big for a 1,000-piece jigsaw. So on Prime Day, I was looking for a smaller one, and ideally I wanted a smaller one of these, but they didn't go down to Prime Day prices. So I'll show you what I bought at Prime Day. So the first thing I bought was this. Now this is by a company called Mozusen. Never heard of them. This is bright green, like a snooker table. It is also made of, when you rub your fingers over it, it's rough. It's like cheap felt. It's not as sturdy as the Becko one, but it does have a cover. And if I take the cover off, it's also got Velcro sides there. Now I've not tried them, but in theory they really tighten the jigsaw cover up over it, so you can not just flap the corners in. It's like making the bed, you know, when you try and pull one side of the sheet and the other side pops off. Okay, they're all on, and then you can really tighten it up so the Velcro sticks at the bottom. Ooh, that was rough when I did that. But the Velcro stick all the way around. Like that. Once the Velcro's stuck tight all the way around, you have a really, really tight lid. Now, I haven't tried putting a puzzle on it and moving it, but maybe we'll do that. Actually, I say maybe we'll do it. Let's do it. Let us open it up. Just enough to put some pieces of puzzle on it. And we will see. Do you like the fact that there are markings on there for a 500 piece round, a 500 piece, a small 500 piece, a bigger 500 piece, and then the 1000 piece. So that's really interesting. I quite like the markings. Let's see how this works when it's done fully up. Oops. Should have done the corners first. Okay, so that's all in. So now I'm going to... Okay, so you can't carry things around in it, but it does keep it... So that bit didn't move at all. This bit jumped down. I mean, to be quite honest, it's not bad, is it? It's not too bad. Let's move that bit back into the middle so we can see how much it moves. Because obviously, probably in the middle is the loosest bit, because obviously the edges are really tight. Oh, that's good. That is actually really good. I haven't tried that before. So, this one, let me tell you about this one. So it measures 81 by 56, which is 22 inches by 32 inches. Like I said, it's bright green, which if you like doing a lot of jigsaw puzzles that have a lot of bright green in them, this might not be the one for you. Oh, I forgot to say, this board also came with these, and there's 6 of these, all different multicolours, and these clip together, and they're supposed to be like trays, puzzle trays, to help you sort your puzzles out, which, to be fair, they're a bit small, but they're not too bad if you just want to sort of dump some puzzle pieces in them. But, you know, as included in, they might be good for colour sorting. At the end of the day, you know, if you're buying a board and you get these for free, yeah, it's worth worth me letting you know about that. I'll link everything that I'm showing down below. When I got this, I bought it on Prime Day. It was £15 on Prime Day, may have been 17, can't remember. It's around the £20 mark at the moment. But then the next day on Prime Day, this. So it's the same as my Becko big one. It's the 1000 piece one. It has exactly the same as the other one with just the flap. So it hasn't got as much holding power as the green one underneath. But we'll do the same test actually. So one thing I meant to do was pop this back and see how, yeah, this one's pretty good with it like this, because this is really sturdy. That is really sturdy, that one. Right, let's try the same test with the Becko board. It's weird this, because this isn't flocked. On this green one it's not flocked, it's more like a rough felt texture. The Becko one does feel more premium. We've got some pieces onto the Becko board now. Let's shut its little flap. And we will do the same test. Obviously that's good as well, isn't it? Look. Oh. Okay. Not so good, not quite as good. Bits just fell out the bottom. I'm gonna have to find that bit after. But yeah, this one, because there's no, it's more just a cover. Definitely more a cover. So if you're lifting that up, I mean, they don't slide much on it, but there isn't that It isn't quite as tight as the one underneath. So I thought I was going to recommend the Becko board best because it's got a much firmer base. Let me just get rid of all of these. So it's got a much firmer, proper firm wooden base there than this one. Not as firm. But interestingly, I do like the way that that one all seals up around the edges. So, and this one, by the way, it's about the same price. It's, right now, after Prime Day, this is £20, and I bought it for 15 on Prime Day. So, there you have it. You can get these Becko boards without the cover, which basically are effectively the same as they're effectively the same as these, which come with the porter puzzles. So, I didn't really need more of those. That's why I opted to get ones with a cover. So yeah, there you go. I think that's pretty much it. Oh no, there is one more thing. Ha ha ha. Now, I already showed you the way that I use these boards is that I use them in conjunction with an A3 easel under here. And whereas that is certainly a decent-ish solution, a good enough solution, sometimes what happens is you can knock the edge and it will fall off the lip and you have a jigsaw heading towards you at great speed. The way I rectify that is just putting a clothes peg at the bottom of the board here, and that just stops that moving, which meant that this was a really good solution for me for a long time. But the other thing that I found at Prime Day was this. There we go. That's better. This is a Becko wood table. It comes with a cover that just lightly covers it on there, and it's made of the same flock material as the soft Becko boards that I showed you. However, this has a built-in slopey section. It has a little, can we see it? Maybe. It has a little release there that brings out that, and then just like on the, there you go. It smells lovely, this. It smells like burnt wood. Now this, I was awake at 2 AM in the morning on Prime Day, and this went for £12.99. It's £65 normally. I saw it, jumped on it and bought it. So to be quite honest, this is the solution for 1,000-piece jigsaws that I'll be using in here all the time. I'm also going to be using it for my diamond painting. So my big diamond paintings can hang over the back, and then I can just roll the, you know, as I work on the painting, I can roll it forward or back. It's a fabulous piece of kit, because the other thing that it does, you don't just have to have it as a, on a slope, it has its own legs. Now if you're one of them people who sort of like sit on a low sofa, you can have it as a table. I can't even get the camera high enough to show it as a table. You have to be all the way up there. That's as high as you can go. You're nearly on the roof. And you can still use the sloping mechanism. So I'm standing up now. I'm 5'9". This is on its legs. I'm actually on tiptoes. But I could do this whole jigsaw standing up now on my dining table, which is amazing. Just check out the slippy nature of this one. It's a Becko one, so it's going to be the same as the Becko ones. So this is beautiful for like a permanent jigsaw table, as it were, set up. But yeah, standing up and doing a jigsaw puzzle, that is pretty nice, I have to say. Right, I think I'm going to let everyone go. I think I'm going to get myself out of jigsaw and have a little play. Everything I've shown you today will be listed down below. Thanks very much for watching, and happy jigsawing everyone. Take care. Bye!